All right. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to today's presentation of the Caribbean Top Director Awards for Directors in Credit Unions. Thank you all for being here today. My name is Tim Carer. I'll be your host for the next 30 minutes to however long this ends up lasting. I'm joining you today from Ken's living room because here in the Carolinas where we live, even if it looks like it's going to snow, they cancel school for a week. You know, as much as my daughter would have loved to provide some entertainment for all of you today, that's not really the purpose of why we're here. So why are we here? We're here to celebrate the best the best examples of the delivery of investment services through credit unions, the best investment services practices in credit unions, and the leaders that help to make them successful. I have a number of friends and colleagues with me today to help do that. You'll be hearing from people like Holly Grelier, from Addison Avenue, people like Tammy Kane, who's here representing our category sponsor, CUSO Financial Sprint of Pacific. People like Matt Snively, from Elements Wealth Management, and people like Melissa
Lindsay
Lipkins, from On Point Wealth. Thank you all for being here. But first, I'm going to turn it over to Jay McAnally, who's going to say a few words of welcome. Jay is here representing our presenting sponsor, Ameriprise Financial Institutions Group. Jay, why don't you take it away?
All right, thank you, Tim. We're thrilled to be with everyone today as the presenting sponsors of the Caribbean Inaugural Top Director Awards. You know, top directors are an exceptional group of individuals. They're the drivers, the visionaries, the leaders of their programs. Many of them share their investment management experience, their knowledge, and they show their commitment to creating an outstanding client experience. And all that's evident as top directors in our industry. So top directors are being honored this afternoon for their leadership and support in driving growth in revenue and assets. So on behalf of the Ameriprise Financial Institution Group, we'd love to recognize the finalists and the awards recipients. We celebrate the value that you bring to your clients, your teams, and your financial institutions. Congratulations. Back to you, Tim.
Thank you, Jay. And I would also like to welcome to the virtual podium Kevin Mumau, also representing CUSO Financial Sprint of Pacific, our category sponsor today. Kevin, can you say a few words? Oh, I think you're on mute, Kevin.
30 years and I can't do that. So thank you, Tim, and thank you, Caribbean, for making this happen. Personally, I feel lucky to have spent half of my career, the last 20 years, with CUSO Financial Services, Sorrento Pacific, and working with credit unions. And I must say, I am daily impressed and proud to work with groups that are so collaborative, focus on relationships of each other and the people and the members that they serve. Is what it's all about. This group is the best of the best programs for 2021, but the truth of that is nothing happens in 1 year. This is a long-term focus, and the focus comes from the leaders. And this group of leaders are second to none. We are, on behalf of CUSO Financial, very proud to be here and help to celebrate the work that all of you have done, and look forward to the rest of the session.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, here at Caribbean, we might pretend to be award show hosts from time to time, and you can probably tell we're not very good at it. But deep down, we're really data people. We're numbers people. A lot of what we do as a firm is data driven. So, if you wouldn't mind allowing us to speak to that for a moment, I'm going to turn it over to the big brains behind the numbers, Ken. Thank you.
Thanks, Sam. When we decided to pick up the sort of fallen mantle of the BIC Program Managers Awards, we felt we had an opportunity to improve on them. And first and foremost, we thought it was a great opportunity to ditch the term program manager and program. We've long felt that those terms don't really describe what you who run these programs do. It sounds temporary. It doesn't sound like a business line. And I think it marginalizes your role within your institution. We reached out to several of you about different terminology. And we kind of came up with a consensus that director was probably the best generic term we could use. But what about program? That was harder. And as over the course of the last year, we've been pushing hard against the use of program. And for a while, we began using firm. But believe it or not, we got pushback from compliance about that. You know, if you're a DBA for Sorrento Pacific, you're not a firm, you know. And so right now we're using the word practice, investment services practice in a financial institution. So far, the compliance people are going along with that. Well, let's see. We'll see if that takes hold. Once we announced that we were going to do the awards again, we got a note from our old friend Richard Feder at Fort Lee Savings in New Jersey, and Richard wrote, "Why did BIC include sales managers at large bank BDs in the awards? They don't have the same responsibilities that I have." And we for once, we really agree with Richard. In addition to managing advisors, the directors of financial institution investment services practice, they have to manage up to the bank, including being responsible for a P&L. They have to manage, in addition to managing advisors, they have to manage compliance and operations. And so we decided, nope, we're not going to use sales managers at SunTrust or Truist now or Citibank anymore. We're going to look for true directors of investment services practices. But that thinking about different roles led us to also understand that the role is different in different size firms. And for those of you who participated in our awards ceremony in December for the whole financial institution industry, you sort of know in detail what we meant by essentially looking at the different sizes of firms and how the role changes. But also looking at roles made us understand it may be also different in a credit union. It may be that the priorities of credit union management for the advisor, for the director, are somewhat different than they are in a bank. For example, maybe leaning more toward inclusiveness that all members might be served. So that's why we're here. That's why we're here to honor credit unions with these awards. And finally, we felt we had an opportunity to democratize the awards selection process. Under the BIC Awards, essentially, you were nominated by your broker-dealer. We wanted to open the door to self-nominations and to sort of mine the data we have on the hundreds of firms that participate in our surveys and find hidden nuggets, find the firms that are maybe being overlooked, their performance is being overlooked by their broker-dealer, or they're too shy, I guess you would say, too modest to nominate themselves. And I think we've in fact found some firms like that you'll hear from later today. And then finally, we wanted a transparent and data-driven process. And so we looked at the 50 to 60 metrics we use in our investment services dashboards and picked 11, but the 11 that are on your screen. They essentially speak to advisor productivity, client productivity, asset productivity, the extent to which the institution is capturing the opportunity in the institution itself, and some key drivers of future performance. And then we examined the data on 133 credit unions, and then we stacked rank each of those credit unions on each of the 11 metrics. Having done that, we then assigned 100 points to the practice that was best in that category, 99 for the second best, and so on, all the way down to 0. That meant that essentially you only got points in the evaluation process if you were in the top quartile. Then we averaged all those scores across the 11 metrics and ranked everyone. Tim, what did we come up with?
Thanks, Ken. So using the methodology that Ken just laid out, we identified the top 30 credit unions in the investment services business. We announced this group of 30 last week. If you were, if you happen to open that email, all of these 30 are finalists for what we're here to announce today, which is the top 10. You'll notice as I'm scrolling through here that some of these practices chose to name a director to honor, and in other cases they chose to or they expressed a preference to be honored collectively as a practice and to not name a manager. All of these practices and directors deserve to be lauded for this wonderful achievement and for all that they've done. But as I mentioned, we are here to break some news today, and that is to announce numbers 1 through 10. We will be doing that in reverse order, starting with number 10 and ending at number 1. And here to help me to announce numbers 10 through 6 are Jay McAnally, once again, representing our presenting sponsor, Ameriprise Financial Institutions Group, Holly Grelier from Addison Avenue Investment Services, and Tammy Kane from CUSO Financial Sorrento Pacific, our category sponsor. Holly, I think you're up first. Take it away.
Okay, great. And number 10 on our list today is Sharon View Financial Services at Sharon View Federal Credit Union with our director, H.H. Guthmiller, and their assets under management at $228 million with 3 advisors and 63% advisory revenue.
Thank you, Holly. Jay, I think you've got the next one.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to announce our number 9 winner, Mr. Matt Griffin, who is the top director representing Stewart Capital and Family Trust Credit Union.
Thank you, Jay. Tammy, over to you.
Thank you, Tim. I am thrilled to announce that Patrick Maher and BFCU Credit Union has been awarded number 8. And I would be remiss not to mention they're actually becoming legal with us this year. So 21 years this year. So we look forward to raising a glass with you. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
That's great. Holly, back to you.
All right, and at number 7, out of Richardson, Texas, it's Texans Financial at Texans Credit Union, excuse me. They have $82 million in assets under management and 2 advisors, and the director there is Danny McFadden. Congratulations to Texans Financial.
Thank you, Holly. And Tammy, back to you.
Thank you. And congratulations for First People's Wealth Management Services to the team there. They've been doing a great job last year. They have 3 advisors and a little over $200 million in assets under management. Great job.
Wonderful. Yes, a big congratulations to numbers 6 through 10, and thanks to all of you for helping with that. We've mentioned, of course, our sponsors today a few times, Ameriprise Financial Institutions Group and CUSO Financial Sorrento Pacific. Another important partner in helping us to celebrate this group of directors is ProQ. And for those of you who don't know much about ProQ, we've got Matt Snively here, who's going to tell us a little bit about it. Matt, take it away, please.
Thanks, Tim. So first of all, what's ProQ? ProQ is, it stands for Promoting Credit Union Investment and Insurance Programs. That's not the original moniker. We actually changed the name a couple of years ago, but the organization was actually formed in 1992. ProQ is a nonprofit organization focused on bringing together key leaders from the investment, wealth management, and insurance divisions of credit unions specifically. Each year we host a 2.5-day conference in Laguna Beach, California, with keynote speakers, presenters, and panelists for interactive working sessions. We pride ourselves on limiting the number of attendees and sponsors to preserve the intimate feeling of the conference and opportunities to network with your peers. In 2018, we began offering single-day roundtable sessions throughout the year in various locations across the country. Those, of course, have become virtual in the past 2 years, and we'll continue to host them. And they're hosted by credit unions across the country with topics ranging on a variety of issues. ProQ is proud to host the 2022 Caribbean Top Directors Award at this year's conference in Laguna Beach, California, which will be held October 2nd through the 4th. For more information and details about how to register for the conference, please check our website, which is proq.org, and feel free to join our ProQ LinkedIn group for updates as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Matt. And yes, I've got to say, however much fun this is to do with you all virtually, I'm certainly looking forward to doing it face-to-face in what happens to be a warmer setting as well.
And especially at Laguna Beach.
That's right. Moving along to announce our final finalists, numbers 5 through number 1. Joining me now are Kevin Mumau, once again, from CUSO Financial Sorrento Pacific, Melissa Lindsay Lipkins from On Point Wealth Management, and she is also the president of ProQ, and Caribbean's own Arthur Osmond. Arthur is the newest member of the Caribbean family. So I think, Kevin, we've got you up first this time.
Thank you. And I am very excited to announce our number 5 recipient. Number 5 is a Legacy Investment Group at a Legacy Federal Credit Union, and their director, Steve Frank, who I am proud to say that I've worked very closely with for the whole 20 years I've been in this side of the industry. And most impressive is their 1.4 billion assets under management when you consider they're in a credit union with about 1.4 billion in deposits. So congrats on your performance.
Thank you, Kevin. Melissa.
Yes, thank you, Tim and Ken and Kevin. So I have the pleasure of announcing number 4, and the winner is Scott Jenner with Addison Avenue Investment Services, a division of First Tech Federal Credit Union. So a little bit of information about them. The broker dealer is Raymond James. They're based out of Rockland, California and Portland, Oregon. Their field of membership is high-tech companies. They have about 35 advisors. Their assets under management just went over $5.3 billion. Their annual production, 32 million. Scott's been leading this team for over 15 years, and they are a true powerhouse in the investment services field and an enviable program of talent, depth, and diversity. So congratulations, Scott, and the whole team at Addison.
Great, Melissa. Although I wish you said practice rather than program. Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you. I'm going to do my very best to change that.
All right, Kevin, over to you for number 3.
Next, to announce the practice at CCU Wealth Strategies. Congratulations to Corning Credit Union and Nick LaPuma in one of the most beautiful places in the country, upstate New York. Always great to get there. Nick leads a team at the practice of 7 advisors with 510 million assets under management. Congratulations.
Perfect. Thank you, Kevin. And back to Melissa to announce number 2.
Sure. So I have the pleasure of announcing someone who's on this call that you just heard from, and that is Mr. Matt Snively with Elements Wealth Management, a division of Elements Financial Federal Credit Union. Their broker dealer is LPL, and they're based out of Indianapolis, Indiana. A little bit of information about that program. They've got, practice. Number of advisors, they have 10. Assets under management just crossed $1 billion. Huge accomplishment. Annual production of 7 million. And Matt's led this team since 2008 and has truly shaped a formidable practice. So well done, Matt. Congratulations to you and your team.
All right, thank you, Melissa. Now, Arthur, this is your first test, buddy. Don't mess it up.
Well, thank you thank you, Tim. First, let me say it's a great honor to be a part of the Caribbean organization. An even bigger honor to be participating in today's Top Director Awards ceremony for credit unions. The #1 award goes to an individual I've come to know and have a great deal of respect for over the years. You're not going to find a leader that has stronger dedication, tenacity, and a level of care that she puts into her team and her business every single day. So with that said, our Top Director Award goes to Karen Benedict at Northwest Financial Advisors. Congratulations to you, Karen, and your team. Karen and her team manage collectively $1.9 billion, 10 advisors, their broker-dealer partners, LPL Financial. So congrats, Karen, to you and your team.
All right, perfect, Arthur. Well done to our top 10 practices and leaders, and well done to the entire group in the top 30, all outstanding at what they do, and outstanding at serving the needs of their credit union's members. One last time for me, I'd like to thank our presenting sponsor, Ameriprise Financial Institutions Group. I'd like to thank our category sponsor, CUSO Financial Sorrento Pacific. I'd like to thank all of our presenters today. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Peter Beelen to say a couple of words in closing. Peter, over to you.
Yep. Thank you, Tim. Nicely done, everyone, presenters, and congratulations to the winners. You know, I tell you, we're excited to fill this void that was made available to us when Bank Investment Consultant exited their Top Manager Award in the past year or so. And what we set out to do was to really improve how it was done and keep the tradition alive, but find a way to recognize this excellence in financial institution investment service performance. So I want to personally congratulate all 30 recipients for the first annual Caribbean Top Credit Union Director Awards. To make it this far, to make it into that top 30, you have had to perform at a very high level and demonstrate exceptional leadership. You should take pride in your firm's outstanding performance and enjoy this industry-wide recognition. Special recognition goes to the top 10 firms acknowledged today, and especially to Karen Benedict at Northwest Financial Advisors. Very well deserved. We know all these firms very well. We know you very well, and we see the commitments that you all have put towards your business. That commitment of ongoing improvement, as we have seen here today, really makes a difference. And you all truly make a difference in your business, for your members, for your advisors, and for your other teammates. So we thank you for that. We'd like to once again thank the firms that enabled us to carry on this important industry recognition. Our presenting sponsor, Ameriprise Financial Institutions Group, Jay McAnally, thank you. And our category sponsor, CUSO Financial Sorrento Pacific, Kevin Mamu, thank you, Kevin. We also want to thank you, ProQ, for your ongoing partnership and your help with this, as well as to the Caribbean team members that work behind the scene with all the data, with the preparation to really make this first award ceremony and the first awards themselves come to life. So we look forward to continuing this new tradition next year, and hopefully we see many of you at next year's ceremony that we would expect to be live and in person at the ProQ conference. So thank you all, enjoy, and congratulations for a job well done.
Yes, congratulations.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Hope to see you face-to-face later in 2022.
Thanks,
Thank you all.
everybody.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.